have a right to complain about the system, right? I think that's the general thing about why you should vote. Because if you're not picking one candidate or another, why do you have a right to complain who's chosen?
Okay, I'd say that's not valid. It's not a valid criticism.
Isn't that
People say that.
Isn't that generally like the main thing for why you should vote? Because like, how would you change the system? How would things improve if you didn't partake in the system, right?
I think I don't know. I don't. It doesn't matter to me what people's perspectives are on whether or not they think I should be voting.
Anyway, we have this thing. We're given two not so good choices, and then we're told make a pick, and we don't really have any. There's no.
How do you protest the system?
Yes, and then so the whole thing is take part in the system to show that you don't like the system, and if you don't take part in the system, well, you're part of the problem because you aren't trying to change it, and so you're left with this situation where it's like consent or nothing, continue to enable it or nothing. It's like if you don't like Coke and you go and buy Coke, why would you expect Coke to change? And
we're referring to Coca-Cola here.
Yes, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Snow candy for people
Pepsi.
watching.
If you keep buying Pepsi, why would you expect
Sure.
Pepsi
All right, we agree on this. We agree that you should be allowed to not vote and no one should give a shit, or it doesn't matter what they think.
And so just in that kind of thing, you're continuing the operations of the Coca-Cola company or the Pepsi company by continuing to purchase for them. And so if you think they're evil, if you think they're bad, you're enabling them directly. And so like
I wouldn't draw that direct. I don't think that analogy works because voting is not funding the system. The system will continue whether you vote or not. You have to reform the voting process.
Yes, but like Nestle will continue whether you purchase Nestle or not.
Not necessarily. If enough people stop purchasing Coca-Cola, Nestle will not continue. But you could have very small numbers of people voting and they still determine the election.
But it would take away the legitimacy because political systems and society.
Maybe it's fair. Okay,
it's around trust and legitimacy.
Fair enough. Other than voting, what is another question or point of contention?
You've said some things about religion, about how it's like you try to be reasonable about it, right? That you kind of try to reject the really absurd things about it, like and I think that's like fundamentally wrong. I think what religion is, as like the main purpose of it, is to justify and create like a structure for the unreasonable, because life is unreasonable.
I agree with that. I would say I reject the absurd consequences of religion, not necessarily the integration of the unknowable and the mysterious into real life. I would agree that's a central part of religion.
When I say absurd, I'm saying the absurd consequences are like the positive thing, because it's like
hating gay people and thinking they'll burn in hell for eternity.
Yes, I think that is not good, but that type of thing is good, because it's like if you're stuck within a really horrible thing that's impossible to change, and then it's like the ideal thing to do is make yourself more comfortable and like limit and try to improve your material condition. But religion creates this framework where you can find the strength to reject it and light yourself on fire. Right. And then the lighting yourself on fire becomes a good thing in a set of circumstances. And then without like a framework for absurd action, you can't do that.
I kind of see what you're saying. Maybe. I don't think it has to be as, I don't know. I have to think about it. Final pointer contention? Question or point of contention?
That we live in something else just you can think about is we currently live under a state of one person chooses, all the society collapses, and that's an inescapable reality. And this is why I believe in mutually assured destruction.
What is one person chooses? What does that mean?
So if one person chooses, so if you have a society of saints, no one lies, everyone tells the truth, everything's great. One person lies, they will continue to gain advantage.
Yep, that's a parasite problem. Yep.
One person can destroy society. One person can destroy the human world.
Yep.
That's mutually assured destruction right there. This is the state we live under. This is anarchy. And so this is kind of like the...
Are you an anarchist? Are you a fan of Michael Malice?
Not really.
That's fair.
I'm a really strong moralist.
That's fair.
Systems
Listen,
don't matter.
Nobody loves morals more than I do. All right. Appreciate it, Gabriel. Got to move on. Godspeed. All right. Flo from Norway. Coming on 3, 2. Hello, sir.
Sir,
How are
nice to
you?
meet you. Can you hear me okay?
Nice to meet you. Yes, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah, it's Fro from Norway, by the way. It's not
Fro.
Flo.
Ich bin
Fro,
Augenblick in Sie, sprechen
Fro.
die Busch Confiances.
Ah, ich
That's not
spreche
Norwegian.
kein Deutsch.
No,
No,
that's
it's German.
No, it's fake German. That doesn't even mean it. Ich bin Augenblick in Sie, sprechen die Busch Confiances. It's just all of the company heroes too. Every time you move your German infantry squad, they say something in German. So I'm just compiling that and regurgitating that. Anyway, what is that? What's on your mind?
Okay, I'm going to have a lot of questions and not a lot of things I want to discuss.
That's
so
fair.
I'm fairly new into your channel, and I kind of want to have your opinion about what I would call Nordic socialism. And what I define as Nordic socialism is the way the Nordic countries look at socialism next to what Americans look as socialism.
Yep.
As I understand it, when Americans says socialist, it's almost like they are saying the same as a communist, and I think that's a very weird